that is one of my downfalls, because I don't want to be perceived as a weak person.
Navigating the world with chronic Lyme disease. With service dog Sonoma by my side. Determined to make the best out of each day. And raise awareness. This is me. And this is Chronically Cassidy.
I would be lying if I said that there weren't times that I am jealous when I see these crazy amazing things on YouTube, when people with Lyme disease get, like, something amazing happens to them, whether it's their whole school wearing like lime green or some kind of surprise. And yeah, I've kind of secretly like wanted something like that, because it's been a really long journey, so to say. People just don't understand. I don't think, personally, Lyme disease patients, they definitely don't get as much recognition and as much support as they should. And there are times when I feel like I have no support at all, and then there is times where I feel like I have everything. And it's weird because it goes back and forth. Simple actions of sending a text to someone are fantastic and can make someone's day. Like, they make my day when I see, like, oh, my friend texted me, or my friend from college texted me that I haven't heard from in a while, and it just reminds me, like, oh, look, someone's actually thinking about me, because how else am I supposed to know that unless people contact me? It definitely does get really lonely, and that's why I do have to keep myself busy, even if it's with simple things like watching TV. You can't dwell on all the bad things and stuff, but you also can't bottle it up, and I am a professional bottler-upper. I have one friend who I Snapchat every day. Like, seriously. We have a Snapchatting problem in a good way. But and it's really nice to see her every day, because she lives in New Jersey, so we don't live in the same state. And that's really great for a connection. And I have another friend who I FaceTime, not like every single day, but we do get to FaceTime each other. And again, she lives in Massachusetts, and whenever we get to FaceTime or send each other videos or texts, we both have service dogs for completely different reasons. It's just like, it's really great, and it really brightens my day to hear from other people, because without that, I don't see people on a regular basis that are my age. It's really nice to hear from people that I've grown up with since elementary school, but that doesn't always happen all the time, and I have to keep trust and not focus on the people who aren't keeping in touch with me, but keep focusing on the people who are, and the people that have come into my life over the past 3 years, the past year, and since I got Sonoma. And that's been really huge, because I've developed a really great friendship from getting Sonoma with another client who was getting a service dog with me. It might sound contradictory, but this is how I deal with things sometimes, a lot of the time. When something bad happens, or not even something bad happens, but I'm just not having a good day and things just don't seem to be going well, or I'm upset about something, whatever the case is, things that put my life and my situation into perspective. So lots of people say when you're sad, like, go watch a funny movie. Well, when I'm sad, I go watch Untold Stories of the ER and watch someone almost die, and then I sit here better, like, and then I remember, oh, like, I spent weeks in the hospital this year. I'm not in a hospital right now. I'm lucky. I don't have my port accessed. I'm lucky. And watching experiences of other people having problems, it gets my mind back on focus of what is important and all the things that I have and all the things that other Lyme patients don't have that I do, and how lucky I am. I think the hardest year for me was probably when I was 15, no, not 15, like 16, and getting closer to a diagnosis, because I was diagnosed when I was 16, like a month before I turned 17, but things really went downhill, and that's when Sonoma is snoring. I had a lot of problems with doctors saying really rude things to me, and it really gave me thick skin. And I really believe that I've been born with thick skin because I've always been like a suck it up kind of person, and that has its pros and its cons, because I will be tough. I do not break down in front of people unless I'm unable to breathe, choking, and on my way to the ER, or my flesh, my skin is peeling off of me bleeding and I'm on the way to the ER. It's not that I'm emotionless, because nobody is, but I am definitely a person who kind of puts on a show in front of people even when things are hard, because I don't want to address the subject. I would rather just go around it and be happy, and even if things aren't okay or something isn't, even if something is bothering me, unless it's one of the few people that I will tell, I don't mention it even vaguely. I just completely change the conversation, and that is one of my downfalls, because I don't want to be perceived as a weak person. I want people to know me as being a strong person and not a baby or anything like that. And that's how I've really been before this illness took control of my life. I was always the kid in ballet class who would be dancing in my pointe shoes with 7 toenails instead of 10, bleeding through my pointe shoes and still dancing, leaving a trail of blood across the studio during a combination, because if you start bleeding on stage, your foot starts bleeding, what are you going to do? Stop the whole show? No, you have to keep going. And I was always that one kid that would keep going while everyone else would be like, your foot's bleeding. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'll fix it in a second. It's just blood. So I was always one to downplay things because they didn't bother me. And when you don't feed into, oh my gosh, your foot's bleeding, or oh my gosh, something is so bad, you can program your mind to not worry about that. So yeah, I finished the combination. My whole foot was crazy. It was bleeding a lot. Cleaned up the floor and put a band-aid on my foot, went back in class and danced the whole rest of the day with blood-stained tights. I just cut it on the floor, dancing. And everyone else was like freaking out about it, and I was like, guys, calm down. So I do have a calmness about me where I don't freak out about medical procedures or things like that, but I also keep things inside of me. I wish that I could be more of an open person sometimes. Some of my friends are way more open than me, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, things are going great. God, I had the worst seizure of my life last night, and I just won't say it because I don't want to bring it up, and I also don't want to bring like other people down because of my own problems. What has definitely built me up is not that I've had my whole school do a walkathon for me or a charity event for me from my school that I didn't put together myself. We did do one fundraiser for my service dog, but we coordinated it, so it wasn't like a big surprise from a group of friends or something like that. It's not that I lack a support system, it's just I haven't had one of those really memorable events where a group of people just showed up at my house and decided to take a bite out of Lyme at my front door, take the Lyme disease challenge, and just support me. Like, no one has put anything together like that. So that's just made me stronger because I'm like, you know what, this is not everyone else's problem, and everyone can't do everything for you. You have to be there to do things for yourself. You just basically have to take what you're given and make the best of it. I thrive through just getting simple text messages from people. If like a different person would text me every day, then I would just be like over the moon, because the thought just of someone that is thinking about me and takes the 30 seconds to send a text is enough to make my day turn around from maybe being possibly really crummy to being way better. This is about healing. This is about staying positive, but knowing that even the people who are most positive, and I know a lot of positive people, you can't be positive all the time, and you're going to have bad days. Everyone, whether you have an illness or you're completely healthy, there's going to be a day that doesn't go right, and you have to rebound from it. Lyme disease has really made me analyze things way deeper than before. Even if I'm not a kind of person that likes to show emotion in front of people, besides like happy emotion that's harder, I can dance with emotion. If you watch my graduation speech at ECAD, there was one person who spoke before me who had like a really emotional speech. I was going to make jokes and make it fun and make it happy, and that's just the way that I am. So that's how you can watch my video of my graduation speech from ECAD that was on April 7th, but I don't know if I posted it on April 7th or not. It might have been a couple days later or something. I have changed in the way that I am opening up to help others on YouTube and on my Facebook page, Bite Lame for Life. So that's been a big change for me, is just letting people follow my story, and I choose to share what I choose to share, but I know that it's helping people because 6 people that I know of have been diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease from my Facebook page because they messaged me and told me. And another person through YouTube, I commented on their video one day and thought that they had chronic Lyme disease and wrote a little bit about it. And then months later, the person posted a video saying that they had chronic Lyme disease. So I know that what I am doing is helping, even if it's only for a small amount of people. And that small amount of people can grow. And I know I'm always going to be an advocate for tick-borne diseases. Information can help save people's lives from turning upside down. And I feel that that is something that I'm definitely meant to be doing.